Hi, Kris from Kris Blundell Training here. In this video, I'm going to be going through the Part 3A Uncouple Recouple exercise of the Part 3A test. So what we're going to do in this video, I'm going to watch another video of me doing the Uncouple Recouple exercise. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, okay? There'll be no sound in this video because I don't think you'll be able to hear me talk if there's sound in the video, so the only sound will be me talking. Okay, so yeah, so when you're uncoupling, okay, you use a routine called black, which is brakes, legs, airlines, clip, kingpin, okay? And that is what I'm about to do here. I'm about to pull out the brakes. That's what I've got my hand on this particular screenshot. So I'm going to press play and I'm going to talk about what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Okay, so I've done the brakes. I've pulled the blue switch out, and now what I'm doing is the legs. I'm just pulling those out now, and I'm just winding it down. So I'm going to wind it down so the foot touches the floor. I'm just going a little bit further, and then I'm going to stow the handle away. Yeah, try not to leave the handle dangling. That could be a fail on the test. So make sure that you you stow it away safely once you've finished winding the legs down. All right, so next is the airlines. So I've just took off the ABS airline, and now I've just done the brakes airline, and I've done the handbrake brake line, and I'm doing the electrical lines as well. Okay, now I'm just going to stow those cables so they're draped over the drawbar. That would be a fail if you didn't do that. Right, so just before I do what I'm doing, I just want to stop the video here, and I want to talk about what I'm about to do. Now, if you look down the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you can see the coupling, and just above the coupling there's like a circular red button just above the coupling there. You can see there's like a little red button that's kind of level with the rest of the housing there. Now when I turn the handle in a minute to lift the kingpin up, okay, that red button will stick out. So we've done brakes, we've done legs, we've done airlines. Okay, we're now about to do clip, which is the red thing, the red button, and then the kingpin is the bit that holds connects the trailer to the truck. Right, so I'm just gonna press play now. Okay, and watch, so you can't, got out of focus. It's in focus now, so you can see it sticking out, the little red button sticking out. So you can turn the handle back and then close it all back up. Okay, right, so I've done black, so I've done brakes, legs, airlines, clip, and kingpin. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to drive forward and I'm going to reverse the truck alongside the trailer. You don't have to put your seatbelt on for this, you can do if you want, but you don't, it's not the end of the world if you don't do it. But make sure you do all good all-round observations when you're doing this bit, really important. So I'm just going to drive forward. I'm just doing good all-round observations, checking a blind spot, and then driving forward there without dry steering. Okay. So yeah, it's driving it forward and then reversing it alongside the truck, the trailer. Right, so once you've reversed it alongside the trailer and you're parked up, the examiner will want you to get out of the vehicle, and they'll probably say something along the lines to you, right, what I'd like to do is recouple the vehicle, but I want you to treat the trailer like you've never seen it before. So basically what they mean by that is you've got to treat the trailer like you're picking it up from a yard, you've never ever seen it before. There could be anything wrong with it, it's a completely new trailer, you've never seen it before in your life. And that's what I'm doing now, I'm just giving it a quick once over, just walking around. Now what I'm about to do is really, really important. If you don't do this, this will be a fail on the test. I'm going to check the brakes one by giving it a pull. The red button there needs to be fully out to be on, so I was making sure that the brakes are on. I'm just walking around now, making sure there's no damage, make sure the door's closed correctly, make sure there's nothing wrong. I check the tyres as well. I forgot to check the tyres, but now I'm going back just to make sure that they've got decent tread. We've got 1 mil of tread depth, 3/4 of all the way around. Right, I'm happy that the trailer is in a reasonable condition. I'm now going to drive forward, reverse up to it, and couple it back up again. So yeah, drive forward, same again, all good all round checks, start her up. Switching a blind spot, really important there. And just driving it forward and then reversing up to it. Now when you're reversing up to it, make sure that you line the sides of the box of the truck up with the side of the box of the trailer. Make sure it's lined up, you know, about right. Make sure as well that when you look in your two mirrors that you can see equal amounts of trailer in each mirror. As you get closer, you'll be able to see less and less trailer the closer you get. So make sure as you get closer and closer that you can see equal amounts. Just do little adjustments with your steering wheel so you can't see. And basically, the closer you'll get to a certain point where you can't see any corners of the truck at all, of the trailer at all. So I'm just doing that now. Reversing up to it. Okay, let's keep going back. Lost a bit of momentum there, so I've rolled forward slightly. Okay. Now you don't really want to drive so the rear of the truck is over the drawbar because it's a new trailer. You don't know how high the drawbar is, so if it's too high, you might reverse into it. So you don't want to reverse over the drawbar. Right, what I'm doing now, I'm just checking that it all lines up. It's going to go in. Okay, it's the right height. I'm not going to damage the coupling mechanism when I reverse onto it. What I'm also about to do is I'm going to lower the rear suspension so the coupling is in the right position for me to couple it back up. Okay, so I'm just lowered it down a little bit then, and I'm just checking, making sure it's secure. I'm fairly happy. Right, so I'm just going to stop the video for a moment. Right, so I'm going to go back into the truck now. I'm going to reverse back on, and then what happens is the kingpin, when it feels the towing out of the trailer in the coupling, the kingpin will drop automatically. Okay, now what I've got on the dashboard there, I've got a light on the dashboard which tells me what position the kingpin is in. So if the kingpin is in the up position, then which I need for it to uncouple, then there'll be a red light on. And if it's in the down position, which is where it should be when it's coupled up, I'll have a green light on. So I'm going to reverse up to it now until I hear the kingpin drop and I can see that the light changes from red to green. So I'm going to do this now. And quite often you'll hear like a clunk to know that it's dropped down. Right, so I'm from memory, I've seen that the light has changed from red to green. If it's not changed from red to green, if it's still red, then that means that the kingpin hasn't dropped all the way properly. So sometimes what you might need to do is just do a little titivate, so edge it back, drive forward a little bit, edge it back until the green light comes on, and then you'll know that it's securely on, that the kingpin has dropped completely. So I now know, because obviously I did it earlier on today, I now know that the kingpin has dropped all the way because the green light is on. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm then going to raise the air suspension back to where it should be, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pull the trailer forward 3 times. That is a test requirement. It's called a tug test, and if you don't do it, you will fail the test. So I'm going to stick it in once I've raised the air suspension up. I'm going to stick it in drive because it's an automatic vehicle, and I'm going to do 3 little gentle tugs just to make sure that it's securely attached. Right, so it's in there, but the air suspension, I've raised the air suspension, and now what I'm going to do, if you just look at the rear wheel of the truck, you might see it move a little bit as I'm just doing the tug test. You're going to be reasonably be reasonably gentle with a tug test, because you don't want to drag the trailer all the way down the yard. Right, so I've done my 3 tugs. It's a test requirement that you do at least 2, but I've done 3. I normally say to do 3 because it's just, you're just making sure that it's done. So sometimes the examiner might say that you've not done it properly. Right, okay, so what I'm about to do now, I'm going to look at that red button. Now that red button is directly related to those 2 lights on the dashboard. So when the red button is sticking out, and that means the kingpin is up, and therefore the red light will be on the dashboard. If the button is in and it's completely flush with the rest of the housing, that means that the kingpin has dropped all the way down, and that means that the green light is on. So that's what I'm going to check now, and that is a test requirement. They want you to check that the button is flush. Okay, if the button wasn't flush, you need to do it all over again. Basically, you have to jump in and just reverse back so the red button was flush. So yeah, I'm just getting a camera person to show you that the red button is flush, which it is. You can see that there. Okay, so that's right. So that's we're doing black in reverse now. So we've done kingpin. The kingpin's dropped. We've done clip, which is the red button. Okay, we're now going to do airlines, which you can see in my right hand. Okay, and we're also going to do legs and then brakes. So I'm not going to do this. You don't have to do them in any particular order. Okay, and you can't put the wrong socket in the wrong hole. And you'll notice here that I try and put the black electrical socket in, and it won't go in, and I realise I'm trying to put it in the wrong hole, so I'll quickly change it. But yeah, you can't put these in the wrong hole, it's impossible. Yeah. So yeah, I'm putting the hole I'm putting it in is meant for the green one, it's not going in. Oh, wrong one, there you go. Put the green one up instead, there you go. Alright, now then the handbrake airline, now this is quite difficult to get in, so what I recommend you do is use 2 hands and get your full weight behind it and push it and twist it at the same time. Okay, so I'm doing the other one, and I'm doing the brakes, the yellow airline, the brakes for the foot brake, making sure the colours are twisted so it's not going to come out, and then I'm doing the ABS socket. And I'm putting the metal clip just to make sure it's not going to come out. Alright, so that's the airlines taken care of. I now need to do, so I've done kingpin, clip, airlines, and now doing legs. And then brakes. Okay, right, so we'll talk about what I'm going to do now, quickly. Right, so I'm now going to do a lights check. Now this is something else that if you do forget to do on the test, it will be a fail. Now you can do this the old-fashioned way. You can put the keys in the ignition, turn the ignition, put the lights on, and put the hazard lights on. Okay, so that's what the examiner wants to see. He wants to see you test the hazard lights and the tail lights and also the brake lights. But what I'm doing, I've got a little button on my key fob. I'm just going to press and hold that, and it's like a light testing button, and it's just going to cycle through the lights. So you can do it that way as well. So that's what I'm about to do now. So yeah, I'm pressing the button on the fob. Just going to walk back. See the lights are on, the side lights are on the side of the truck, side marker lights. I'm just going to walk to the rear of the truck and stand there while the lights cycle through each one. Let's make sure that all the bulbs are working. Okay, I'm happy now, so I'm just going to walk along the side of the trailer, make sure the side marker lights are working. Thumbs up for me, tells you I'm happy. Alright, thanks, I hope you found that informative, and good luck if you've got your Part 3A reversing test coming up anytime in the near future. My name's Kris Blundell, thanks for watching.